Hello students, welcome to the series of mathematics class. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you exercise 4.3, the remaining problems. We have started this exercise in the previous video lesson. Those who have not watched that video lesson, click on the I button, you will be notified. And this chapter of lines and angles, in which I am going to deal with the exercise 4.3, has been started since 5 video lessons. Those who have not watched them, just click on the description below, or in the playlist you can check all the parts of this lines and angles chapter of class 9. Now we will quickly start this. In that, 4 problems I had done in the previous one. Now the 5th problem, the continuation. In the adjacent figure, M is parallel to M, M is parallel to N. A and B are any 2 points on M and N respectively. See, these points A and B are any 2 points. Let C be an interior point between the lines M and N. So between the points M and N, there is a point C in the interior. Find angle ACB. So we have to find the angle A, C and B. That means this angle which is given in the diagram as Z. Okay. So here the information is given this. We need to find this angle. How much is this angle we need to find. Before that, we will start with the measures. The measures, they are not actually given. Let me start by doing a construction that I will draw a line which is parallel to the M line as well as the line N, and which is passing through the interior point C. So let me draw a line, right? This is a line. Let us suppose this as, since AB is there, let me suppose this as C is also there. So D and E, okay? Or simply line L or anything you can write. So I have made a construction that I have drawn a line which is passing through the interior point C, which is parallel to my M line as well as my N line. Okay. So and there is an axiom here. We had studied that axiom, that a line which is parallel to the line which is parallel to the same line will be parallel to each other. Now here the axiom says that this line is parallel to this line is parallel to this. In such a way I had made a construction. Okay, these 2 lines are parallel, these 2 lines are parallel. That means these 2 lines are parallel to the same line. That means these 2 lines M and N are parallel to each other. That is the axiom. And according to that axiom, if you see, M is parallel to the line here. So M parallel to the line DE. Okay. And I'll suppose BC as BC is transversal. Okay. So when 2 lines are parallel and BC is a transversal, this angle X and this part of angle Z, that is, let this complete is Z angle, isn't it? So the angle BCD are same, what they are called as alternate interior angles. And when 2 lines are parallel, the alternate interior angles are equal. So X angle is equal to angle BCD. Okay. So BCD is what? B, C and D. This angle, this is not completely, this complete angle is Z. Okay. This complete angle is Z given in the diagram. But this part of BCD, this part and this angle are called as interior opposite angles. Okay. Since interior alternate angles, not opposite, alternate angles are equal. So we got this. Let me suppose this as equation 1. Now we had drawn the line DE such that this is also parallel to this. Okay. When we are considering these 2 lines, yes, see here, N parallel to line DE, and the transversal is AC. AC is transversal. such that this angle Y and the angle DCA, these two angles are interior alternate angles. So angle angle Y, okay, angle Y equal to angle DCA. The same one, since interior alternate angles are equal. Interior alternate angles are equal. Okay, this, let me suppose this as equation 2, right? That means if you are adding both the equations, let me add both the equations. Add equations 1 and 2. Okay, adding equations 1 and 2. Here we get BCD and DC. Adding the RHS part and adding the LHS part. Okay, so x plus y equal to BCD plus angle DCA. BCD and DCA. That means these two angles, that is the complete angle Z. So that is x plus y equal to the Z angle. So we need to find angle ACB. This Z is nothing but ACB. So this is angle A, C and B. Okay. So therefore angle ACB equal to x plus y. So pause it and note it down. Sixth problem, find the value of A and B given that P is parallel to Q, and R is parallel to S. These two information is given. These two lines are parallel as well as these two lines are parallel. Okay. See, here we have to find A and B. Where is A here? This angle given as 2A, this angle given as B. Okay. So if we see, consider these two lines considering P and Q. So let us see, given P is parallel to Q, given, this is given in the problem, isn't it? P is parallel to Q. Let us take R as the transversal. R is transversal. So if these two are parallel and this is a transversal, 2A angle and 80 degrees angle form the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles means one will be outside and one will be inside. That you have to remember, in exterior and interior. So 2A degrees is equal to 80 degrees. Why? Because we have to mention the reason always. Why? Since corresponding angles are equal. Are equal. Okay. So from here we can find A degrees is equal to 80 over 2. So that is 40 degrees. A value is 40. A angle is 40 degrees. Now we have to find B. Okay. For finding B, we will take these two. But actually, if you take considering R and S, see here, consider R and S, because R and S are also parallel. R line and S line are parallel. See, these two lines are parallel. Take this Q. This is given. Okay, Q is transversal now. If Q is a transversal, see here, consider these two are inside, interior of the, and also on one side of the transversal. Okay, so angle 80 degrees plus B is equal to plus, because the sum of the interior angles on same side of the transversal are 180 supplementary. Okay, so 80 degrees plus B degrees is equal to 180. You have to mention the why they are 180. Okay, interior angles, they are not alternate but interior angles on same side of transversal are supplementary. Sum up to 180, that is, are supplementary. Okay, so this is the reason, right? So from here B we can find 180 minus 80. So 180 minus 80, that comes to 100 degrees. So B angle is 100 degrees. So we need to find A and B. Okay, find A and B. A is 40 and B is 100 degrees. Okay, pause it and note it down. Seventh one, if in the figure A is parallel to B and C is parallel to D, then name the angles that are congruent to angle A and angle, angle 1 and angle 2. Okay. So we have to mention all the angles are given here, about here 8, 8 here all, about 16 angles are mentioned here. Okay, 16 angles are mentioned. We have to see that what angles are congruent to angle 1 and what angles are congruent to angle 2. That we have to just mention it. Okay, so since they are parallel, since A is parallel to B, okay, A is parallel to B, consider this, if you consider C as the transversal, C as transversal, okay, and let us take the first bit angle A. For this, what is congruent, what are congruent to angle A, let us write, write the congruent to angle 1. See here, if these two are parallel, this is the transversal, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. Okay, angle 5 and angle 3 are alternate interior, and angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles, right? Okay, likewise we can all say that, likewise we can say, so they are equal, 1 and 5 corresponding equal, 5 and 3 alternate interior equal, and 3 and 5 again corresponding angles equal. And here like this also, if you see if you see 7 and 5, these are vertically opposite, likewise also we can see. So angles, for one, angle 5 is congruent. Congruency means equal in measure. Here if it is in a triangle, they should be having same shape and size. That is the congruency in triangles. Now here the angles are congruent, means they are equal in measure. So the corresponding angle, so 5, 3 here, and here again 7 here. Okay, 3, 5, 7, and yeah, from here we have congruence. Like now if you see these angles, we also have C and D as parallel given, C and D as parallel, and A is the transversal. Okay, from this you can say angle 1 is and angle 9 is equal, corresponding. Angle 9 and angle 13 is equal, corresponding. Angle 13 and angle 5 are equal, corresponding. And angle 1 and angle 11 are equal because alternate interior, right? Angle 11 and angle 13, likewise angle and also here 9 and 13 and 5, likewise all these are equal. So let us take 1 and 9 here. So 9, after 9 and 13 here, right? And 13 and 11 also, 11 is alternate interior, right? Likewise, and 11 and 15 are corresponding again, so 15. So all these angles are congruent to angle 1 according to the principles of the parallel lines and transversal, right? So these are all congruent to the first angle, that is the angle L. So let us take angle 1, let us take angle 2. Angle 2, which are all congruent, let us see. For C, now consider angle 2. The second one, angle 2, for here we know that these two are parallel, this is a transversal, and if these two are parallel, this is a transversal. These two are parallel, this is a transversal A. Likewise, all these set are parallel and one is the transversal. From there we will consider angle 2. So angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding equal. So angle 6 and angle 4 are alternate interior equal. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding equal. Likewise, 8 and 14 alternate interior, again 14 and 10 are corresponding, right? Like that, and we got here 10 here, yeah, we will be getting 8 and 16 also. See here, 8 and 16 are also corresponding, and 4 and 12 also corresponding. Likewise, so if corresponding angles are equal and alternate angles are equal, so they are congruent to angle 2. Okay, so let us write angle 2. So here we got first 6, then 6 and 4 we got, then 8 we got, and from 8 we got 16. So 8 and 14 are also alternate interior, 14 and 10 also here. Okay, and after 10 we have 4 and 12 also. Yes, and we have 8 and 16. So 16. So we have covered here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16. So if you see, all the even numbered angles are congruent to angle 2, and odd numbered angles are congruent to angle 1. So just mentioning, they are asking, pause it and note. The 8th problem, in the figure the arrowhead segments are parallel. These, the arrowhead segments, the arrow which is pointing out towards here, these two arrowhead segments are parallel. Find the values of x and y. See, the value of x and value of y we need to find. Here these two are parallel, the arrowhead segments, these two are parallel, and we have to find the value of x and y. So if you consider these two arrowhead segments, if these two are parallel, this line here is the transversal. If this is the transversal, this angle 59 degrees and y angle make the, y angle and 59 degrees angles are alternate interior angles. Okay, so let us start like that. Since arrowhead segments are parallel, arrowhead segments are parallel, 59 degrees equals to y degrees. This and this are, they form the interior alternate angles. They are equal. Therefore, why they are equal? Interior alternate angles are equal. So we alternate. Okay, alternate angles are equal. Interior alternate angles are equal. So we got y value. When we need to find the x value. Okay, see here, consider this triangle. This triangle here is a triangle, and if this side is extended, one side of the triangle is extended, we get an exterior angle. This complete exterior angle is x plus y. So the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. That is a theorem. When a side of a triangle is extended, one side of a triangle is extended, an exterior angle is formed. This exterior angle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. So likewise we can find, so exterior angle equals interior opposite angles. So this is a theorem, right? So according to that, exterior angle is here our x plus y. This complete angle is an exterior angle, and these are the interior opposite angles. This is equal to 59 degrees plus 60. So we know the value of y. Y is again 59 degrees. So x plus 59 degrees is equal to 59 plus 60, right? So here from this we can say that x is equal to 60 degrees. Hence x value is 60 degrees and y is 59 degrees. Pause the video and note it down. And after you note it down, yes, I'll end the class up to here, up to the 8th problem. We will see the remaining problems of this exercise in the next session. Thank you all.